Alright, hey guys, welcome back to our trumpet class for our Blue Book trumpet players. As you know, today is the deadline for submitting those concert videos. We've already gotten a lot of them, so thank you everyone who sent those in. We're just going to review those, all those songs one more time for anyone that hasn't sent them in today, because there is still a little bit more time left. So if you haven't sent those in, go ahead and send those over to us. Really excited to see how this concert turns out. Let's start with our warm-up. Page 37, lip builders, as usual. Alright. So first, just blow some air through your horn. Alright, let's first just walk up nicely to that G, starting at a C. Alright, top lip builder. And we're going to do both of them today because end of the year, we're going to be challenging ourselves. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and... Alright, now let's attempt the super slurs once we have a chance to get our, to rest for a little bit. So one kind of silly thing that I do, that a lot of trumpet players I know do actually, a lot of professional trumpet players is, because trumpet, obviously we've got this metal thing that is sitting up against our mouth. This is not like a very natural thing, but we do it sometimes for like 4 hours at a time once you get to the professional stage, which is totally crazy, having a piece of metal against your mouth for 4 hours. But one way, so sometimes your lips can get kind of tired and fatigued, so it's good to get like stretching, like you know how you stretch after you run. The way that trumpet players I know do that is you kind of just flutter your lips, and it gets all the blood going all back in there and kind of recirculating in that. So if you're playing something really high and your chops are kind of hurting, you can do that for a little while to help your lips get some of the blood back into them. Alright, let's try the super slurs. Here we go. So this one is starting on that high C. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Let's move on to our class songs. I thought we would do those first today. So let me get our backing track up for London Bridge. I'll look over that really quick. I'm going to play through all of our class songs probably twice today. So I think that we've got time to do that. All right. Let's get our horns up, starting on a G. Here we go. Oh, sorry. My count off is kind of low. I can't hear it sometimes. All right. Try again. 2, 3. All right. Look it over. Flutter your lips a little bit if you need to. And let's do it again. Remember the rule for brass players, I think I told you guys this last week, is when you're practicing, rest as much as you play. Because then you can practice for longer amounts of time and you'll build up more endurance. All right, here we go. Time 2. 1, 2, 3. All right. Next class song. Old MacDonald Had a Farm. I finally fixed my PDF version, so all of the notes are right this time on screen. All right, we should be pretty good at this one. This one is, again, getting up into that higher part of our range, getting us to play through that A. Here we go. 2, 3. Oh no! My phone battery was on power save and it closed the recording. Let me just fix that really quick. Well, I guess that means we're going to be playing this one 2.5 times. Starting at the top of Old MacDonald. Alright, here we go. Alright. Try this again in a second. Look it over. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3. like we may have a little bit of extra time at the end, so I'm thinking we may just get to work on like some fun range stuff at the end if we get through all these songs, which I think is a possibility. All right, Twinkle Twinkle. This one, there are, I think a lot of the classes are doing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I know, because I teach I teach all the strings classes too, and I know my blue book strings, and then we also have a brown book strings class, and they're playing this. And then you guys are playing it. But what's difficult is they're all in different keys. I don't think there's a single class that has Twinkle Twinkle in the same key. They're all unique arrangements, key-wise. Alright, look it over, and let's play it. 3. Alright, and one last time before we get into our full orchestra pieces. Okay. 2, 3. Awesome. All right, now all we have to do is go through our full orchestra pieces. So just to give our chops a little bit of a break, let's do Playground Waltz first since we rest for so long in this piece. A lot of resting. One thing that's kind of unfortunate about playing a brass instrument, obviously when we're playing, you can see it on me, I'm sure you guys get it too, we get that little ring here. But one thing that's nice about playing trumpet is we only have a ring this big. Mouthpieces, if we have time at the end of class, I'll get my trombone out and show you guys. Mouthpieces get so big on the bigger brass instruments. So like our trumpet mouthpiece is this big, my trombone mouthpiece is like this big, and then tuba mouthpieces are even bigger. So if you play tuba, which is an awesome instrument, and you guys totally should, the ring on your mouthpiece is like this big around your lips. It's kind of crazy. Alright, let's play Playground Waltz. We're just going to play this one time through. I'll help you out with the counting on this one. Here we go. 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. We're resting. 6. Measure 7. Measure 8. Measure 9. Measure 10. Measure 11. Here we go. Rest. guys didn't play both times like me, but I'm sure you didn't. So we are going to move on to Superhero Blues. Alright, remember in this one we've got those B flats, first finger, and staccato, short and light notes at B. That's piano. Alright, here we go. Alright. We only have 3 minutes left, so if we have class next week, I'll show you guys the difference between my trumpet and trombone mouthpiece then. But why don't we do just, let's look at a few little range things. And I also, yeah, let's just do that for now. And if we have class next week too, I thought I would potentially bring out, I don't know if you guys have heard about mutes, trumpet mutes. But trumpets, we have all of these, like some of them are made out of brass and other things, different attachments that we can put onto the end of our bell that make it sound totally different. And those are kind of fun to look through. There's like so many different mutes. I have at least 7 different mutes, but there's a lot of different kinds of mutes. So those are kind of fun to look at and hear all the different sounds and options that a trumpet can make. But let's just work on range a little bit right now since we've got a few minutes left. So at the bottom of our range, we've talked about this before, we say ah. And as we go higher, we say e. And all the notes in the middle, our highest note is going to be the most E sounding key, and our lowest note is going to be the most ah sounding. So every note in the middle has to have a mix of T, E, and ah. You hear it gets us like really E and screechy as we go high, which is good. So let's try just try taking any note. Like I like to do this on just your open valve combination. And you can just try playing the lowest note that you can on that open valve combination. Which the lowest our horn will naturally go is that C that we normally play. Technically you can go lower than that. It's called a pedal tone. That's a pedal tone on our open valve combination. But those notes are like, you can hear it sounds really like nasty. It doesn't really slot in the horn. It's not like a note that is going to easily come out. It takes some working to kind of get that lower note to come out. But what we can do a lot easier, because it does slot on our horn, is go higher. So just try going from ah to E and see how high you can get. So that was me going. I started at A, went all the way up to E. I believe I played from a low C. Oh, that was almost 2 octaves. I was up to a high B flat on our trumpet. And then we can do the same thing with all of our other valve combinations too. So don't worry if you can't get as high as me. Obviously, it takes a couple of years to build that up, but experiment and see how high you can get on your trumpet. I used to love doing that, and I think the first time I hit a high C was in 6th grade, and then I didn't hit it again for like 3 or 4 years, and that totally happens to people. But it's kind of like a fun thing to experiment with, just see how high you can play. You'll probably annoy your parents a little bit, but know that you're going to be getting better at trumpet, and that is what counts. So yeah, practice that, and get all those videos submitted in. We've only got a little bit more time before all those videos are done, but thank you to everyone that's already submitted them. And I will see you guys soon. Have a good rest of your week.